Little bit late today, folks. We're just getting this resolution regarding Commissioner Sean Wood. We've all been impacted by that, and I just want to start by calling the meeting to order, saying we normally.
Randy,
Yeah.
I'm the chair.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Thanks. Just going to call this meeting to order. It is May 21st. It is the Board of County Commissioners' first meeting without Sean Wood. I want to share this board's gratitude for everybody who's here this morning to discuss the legacy of Sean's service to this community. That is the first thing on our agenda. Consideration of approval of resolution number 24-38, a resolution in appreciation of Clear Creek County Commissioner Sean Wood for meritorious service. Randy, would you read that resolution, please?
Yeah, I would. And sorry about taking off without you there. I was just, when you said, "Are you ready?" I thought you wanted me to take off with it. So I was introducing it. So anyway, this resolution is regarding Sean. Whereas District 2 Commissioner Sean Wood has served Clear Creek County for over 7 years, and the Clear Creek County Commissioners desire to publicly recognize Sean's dedication to county constituents, and whereas the Clear Creek County Commissioners and the county leadership also wish to demonstrate appreciation and gratefulness for Commissioner Wood's investment, devotion, and commitment to his home and his community, the people of Clear Creek County. And whereas Commissioner Wood had a vision for our communities in which free and thriving people are served by a lean, professional county government. And whereas Commissioner Wood's impact and hard work can be evidenced over his 7+ years through the following achievements. And whereas Commissioner Wood chose to contribute to the change he wanted to see in the world as a 20+ year volunteer for the Evergreen Fire Protection District. Whereas Commissioner Wood steadfastly exercised his deep care for mental health and especially youth mental health by volunteering in the community and on several boards, including the Jefferson Center for Mental Health. And whereas Commissioner Wood's passion for people's financial security led him to contribute effort to the Secure Savings Act, which will help Coloradans save for retirement for generations to come. And whereas Commissioner Wood will be remembered for his advice to never be the first to try something, let others make the mistakes, and Clear Creek can find success more efficiently. And whereas Commissioner Wood was passionate about the need to create a community foundation made up of business owners, citizens, and government officials, whereas Commissioner Wood never faltered in his pursuit to keep Clear Creek County moving forward, remaining strong. When COVID-19 came to this community, he made sure to read all the perspectives, pros and cons, and ask the hard questions for which we are better. And whereas Commissioner Wood was a valued thought partner who listened, was never afraid to share his opinion, and often willing to change it. Whereas Commissioner Wood can list his accomplishments as including a new health clinic in Idaho Springs, balancing a budget for 7 years, making sure even during a global pandemic we could count our people in the 2020 census. Whereas Commissioner Wood was an avid believer in objective, independent studies of the county's programs and projects through which the county team could often learn about possible solutions and increase efficiencies and effectiveness. Whereas it was thoughtful and deliberate decision for Commissioner Wood to say yes to any new, it was a very thoughtful and deliberate decision for Commissioner Wood to say yes to any new tax proposal, but he did twice. And whereas Commissioner Wood has rooted a legacy in Clear Creek County, and he will long be remembered for his independence, courage, and faith that we can always do better. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Clear Creek County Board of Commissioners adopts this resolution of appreciation for meritorious service performed by Clear Creek County Commissioner Sean Wood. Be it further resolved that the original copy of this resolution be presented to Sean's family and that this resolution become a part of the permanent records of Clear Creek County. And be it even further resolved, Sean, you will truly be missed. Adopted this 21st day of May 24, the regularly scheduled meeting of the Clear Creek County Board of County Commissioners.
Thank you. I think I'm just going to open up with just a little bit of comment and then hand it to you, and then we can ask for, well, actually, I think I'm going to call for a motion first. Would you make a motion to support that resolution?
Sure. I I move that we approve resolution R24-38, a resolution in appreciation of Clear Creek County Commissioner Sean Wood for over 7 years of meritorious service to Clear Creek County.
Second. And we have a motion and we're doing discussion, and we will allow the folks to comment here in just a moment. Encourage everyone to encourage us to vote yes on this. I don't want to talk for too long here. I I do want to describe, I met Sean when he was running for office in 2016 at a town hall in which he had upset me with his opposition to the proposed health service district. And I had accosted him, as we love to do with politicians, afterwards about how wrong he was and how mean and naughty he was. And I let him have it for a few minutes until he said, and Sean was really good at this. He said, "Okay, it looks like we're on the opposite sides of this one. Like, I'm going to go talk to somebody else now." Very graceful, right? And so when I got elected, I had had a couple years to reflect on my enthusiasm in that moment. It felt kind of bad, and I apologized to him, and I apologized to him a couple times. And he finally said, "Hey, you know what? Like, you need to know something about me. Like, if you act inappropriately, I'm going to remember it. When you apologize, I'm going to forgive you." And he's like, "Just trust me that I'm over that, and don't bring it up again." And that was sort of the foundation of the relationship that we were able to build, where we sat on this board, oftentimes disagreeing, oftentimes finding a way to build agreement. We were able to build the kind of knowing, affectionate relationship that can survive abrupt disagreement. And that's what Sean was good at. Sean had the courage to show up with his opinions and correct them when he saw evidence that he was wrong. And he had the dedication to work with a couple of liberals and stay in the trenches and help direct our efforts in the right way. And so now I'm kind of rambling and I'm at a loss for words. I just can't express how much I'm going to miss him, how much I admire him, and how much he did for this community sitting here on this board. So Randy, with that, I'll offer you.
Yeah, thanks. I didn't prepare any remarks, which is the way I usually do stuff. Yeah, I think when people watch from the outside, and probably every once in a while when we get home and let steam off, people say, people get the impression that we're really at odds because we either are sticking to some philosophical or ideological difference, or we think we've got a position that we need to stick to. And in the case of Sean, I found him to be a stalwart but intelligent person in thinking about everything that we did. And I saw over 7 years that we, seven and a half years I spent with him here. First time I met him was when we were sworn in, but that we changed each other in our approaches to things, and we learned from each other, not only what we thought about things, but how to talk to each other. And I can tell you that he was a good friend. He got me a discount on my ski boots. I was looking forward to going skiing with him. I never did. And I heard from his friends and family how much he immensely respected me. And I called him after his surgery and I told him I knew he could be okay and I loved him. So I think the best thing we can do is go forward and be good people. It's never too early to say something nice to someone. And to help this place and his legacy and be a place that is nicer for everybody that's here. And I don't have anything else to say.
Thank you. So I'm going to open it up to public comment. This is not going to be very formal. I will ask you to share your name and roughly where you live. And I'm not going to put a time limit on your comments. I will ask that you, try to rein it in a little bit. and that you speak only to Sean Wood's service and legacy. This is not a time to be discussing potholes. There is a time later in the agenda for general public comment if you have a concern about your potholes. So with that, let's start with who's in the room. Which brave soul would like to go first? Just state your name, roughly where you live.
Right. Good morning, commissioners. Thank you for having me. I'm Dylan Roberts. I am the state senator for Senate District 8, which includes Clear Creek County, of course. I live over in Summit County. But I'm just here on behalf of the state of Colorado and the legislature to offer deep condolences for your loss, for this community's loss. Commissioner Wood and I had worked together, gotten pretty close. I'm in my second year serving Senate District 8, and even before that, he had reached out to me about, should I be elected to this job, what he wanted to work on, and ways we could work together. And I always, appreciated that and took him up on that offer. And he was truly engaged in matters down at the Capitol and finding ways to improve lives for the citizens of Clear Creek County and the entire state of Colorado. And I just want to thank him, his family for a legacy of service. Of course, he served as a county commissioner, but as you noted in the resolution, he was a 20-year EMS provider volunteer, which is incredible. Some of the bravest people in our communities. And he also helped start the Secure Savings Program, which is truly going to be a legacy for the state of Colorado. He was very passionate about that and worked with Treasurer Dave Young, who also sends his condolences. I spoke to Treasurer Young last week about this, helping people have financial security and a secure retirement. And Sean was very instrumental in that. Just less than a month ago, he and I were talking, working on a bill together. To find more funding for fire districts and ambulance districts so that EMS folks could have more resources and help more people. I needed him in a pinch, and I called him an hour before the committee hearing and said, I need an EMS person. Can you please testify? And he said, yes, absolutely. I'll be there. And he testified in the committee in support of that bill. And we got that bill passed, and he was a key part of it. But really just here to say I'm so sorry for your loss. It's clear the hole that he is going to leave. But Commissioner Wheelock, you said it very well that what you can do is honor his legacy by continuing to do good work and serving others. So just want to thank Commissioner Wood and his family for sharing him. He obviously gave a lot to other people. And I know he loved his family a lot. When he and I got coffee a couple months ago, he talked about his family for the first 20 minutes of that conversation, how much he loved them and how proud he was of his kids. Thank you for allowing me some time here to offer my deep condolences. And it's the state of Colorado has lost a true public servant in Sean Wood. Thank you.
Anyone else?
Hi, I'm Lynette Kelsey. I'm the police judge in Georgetown. I live in Georgetown. I just wanted to express the gratitude of the town, the citizens of Georgetown, for the hard work and dedication that Sean showed us ever since he took office, and thank his family for sharing him with us, because I've been on the board of the selectmen for 12 years now, and I know what kind of commitment it takes to do it on a town level. County is even more, and he took it very seriously. I didn't always agree with him, but I could understand where he was coming from, and he could defend his position. And I think all of us who worked with him and knew him in this context will go on hearing the voice of Sean in almost every discussion we have. So, very, very sorry and to hear it. I was so sorry to hear of his loss, and we'll carry on as best we can. Thank you.
Bill Buckland, Empire. Thank you for this opportunity to think of Sean. We campaigned together, we worked together, we volunteered together, and we analyzed together. We didn't argue, but we did a lot of thinking about things, whether it was a foundation, health center, whatever it might be, traveling, future family plans. And just thank you for the opportunity to say he'll be missed, and right goes with the family and Sharon and everybody. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Phil Buckland, former county commissioner. Anyone else?
If not, I'd like to just add something real quickly. I forgot to mention this. First of all, sorry about the breakdown, Bill, a little going on. What I was thinking about was the fact that Sean, in our recent family loss, Sean stepped up immediately and said he wanted to help arrange so that we didn't have to mess with it, do all the paperwork and arrangements pro bono to create a fund for our grandson to help him going forward. And it was typical of how he felt about families, his own and others. And I'd like to reiterate what I've heard here today also, that he was extremely proud of his children and his wife and his family and loved them a lot. And I want them to know that despite the remorse that we're expressing, that we feel here today, that it's about all of us. It's a loss to all of us, but it is, I want his family to know that this is really about them, and that we all know that this is about their loss more than anything else, because of how much he cared about family. And that's all. Now I'm done for sure.
Not me. Chad, I saw you stand up.
Chad Wallace, my wife and I live up on Floyd Hill behind the high school. Thank you for providing this time and space for us to remember Sean. Our kids went to school before we ever met. Our daughter rode in the mountain bike team with Dylan at Western State. And when we moved up here, Sean and Sharon were one of the first couples to reach out to us. And Sean oozes, I think, this idea of intentionality and strategy. Everything he does has purpose. And, you know, we saw that with his kids and his family, the work that Sharon and he do, helping people think about their legacy. And he was a relentless recruiter. Felt like constantly drawing his friends into the work he did, both in the community up here, in his faith community. And, you know, both of our daughters are friends with their two older kids. And we got to see, and me personally, like I spent a lot of time mountain biking with them and dreaming about like what they wanted to do and in Latin America and our work down in Latin America. And we just had all these like common crossovers, but what was consistent with Sean was he was always thinking about the others and what he could do to make the lives of others better. The man had an amazing capacity to dream and think and analyze and draw others into those conversations. So we appreciated, and still to this day appreciate, his encouragement to just dig in our community and be, you know, positive about all the work that we get to do. You know, we may disagree on superficial things, but we all agree on what we're trying to accomplish here for others. And so we're thankful for having known Sean. We're thankful for the vision he's given us for this community, and thankful to be a part of this community. You know, love him and we'll remember his fondly. So again, thank you for providing this time for us.
Thank you. Anyone else? And while Susan is approaching, if you're on Zoom and you would like to say something,
Right.
you could raise your hand. That would be helpful.
Susan Adams, Idaho Springs citizen and just part of the Republican Party. This isn't about politics at all, because Sean was indeed. I'm one of those men that his words had weight to them, and he was thinking about others. Difficult times. Personally, I had a conversation with him and really appreciated how he had a vision for doing much with my little. And I've recently retired and so have been able to pay attention a little bit more to what's going on in our government. And so appreciated the whole board and this in their hiring of the new sheriff in that difficult situation. And you know, it's just hard to lose a good man. And I am trusting that the continuance of his legacy will reflect in our community. And I love living in a small community. At first, when I came, it was like, oh, they know exactly where I live. But there's a comfort in that. So thank you for giving us the opportunity to say something.
Thank you.
My name is Amy Miller. I'm an Arvada resident, but I'm here on behalf of Jefferson Center for Mental Health. And I just want to express our deep gratitude for Commissioner Wood's service on our board of directors. And I also just want to invite the community that we are here to offer support. We have provided some on-site support and services, but we know that grief does not have a timeline, especially for such a significant loss. And we are thinking of the entire community and especially Commissioner Wood's family. So thank you.
Thank you. I do want to thank the Jefferson Center for having their staff here for our staff. And I want to express, I heard that service was well used. I just want to express admiration for our staff for knowing when you need help and asking for it. It's really important. Anybody else? No pressure.
Morning. I'm Matt Harris. I'm the sheriff. Sean Wood is a big reason of why I'm here. Right before I got on board, Sean invited me over to his office for a cup of coffee. Said he had about half an hour. We spent about 2.5 to 3 hours just shooting the breeze and learning about each other, learning about our families. It was really good to know Sean. It was interesting because, Sean and I saw eye to eye on a lot of things. And I was thinking, well, we're on the same side of the issue. Why are you challenging me? It was very, very obvious that that's the way Sean was. That even if you were on the same side of the issue, he was going to put you to task and he was going to challenge you and he was going to make sure your T's were crossed and your I's were dotted. And even the morning that Sean died, he and I were messaging back and forth about an issue and he was challenging me about something. And so I just wanted to reflect on that. Obviously, his legacy in this community will live on. He wanted to professionalize, modernize, and standardize the sheriff's office. And that's what we're going to continue to do in his honor. My condolences to this community and to Sean's family. Thank you.
Do you see anyone on Zoom?
We do have one person online.
Okay. I see Julie Suter on the screen. Go ahead.
Thank you. Good morning. I'm Julie Suter, Regional Director for Congressman Nagoose. And I wanted to just, on behalf of the Congressman and our entire team, to express our deep condolences to the board and the entire Clear Creek community. Commissioner Wood was clearly a dedicated, thoughtful, generous leader who had a tremendous positive impact on the Clear Creek community, and he will certainly be very missed by our team and certainly, as we know, by the entire community. So we extend our deep condolences.
Thank you.
We do have another person online.
Okay, we're gonna go to the other person on Zoom. If there's anyone in the room that still wishes to speak, would you just give me a little bit high sign so I know you're here?
Hold on, I'm trying to get her to join as panelist. Okay. Rebecca, you can go ahead and unmute yourself too. Perfect.
I'm Rebecca Lloyd. I live in Sean's district on the east end of Clear Creek. And I just wanted to say that, we're so sorry for his loss. He was an excellent representative from our end of the county. He was a strong supporter of issues near and dear to us: wildfire mitigation, King Murphy Elementary School. And he was a caring man, a good leader, and we'll miss him. Thank you.
Okay, no, sorry, I'm like a auctioneer. Keep moving, call your name. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and close public comment. I really want to thank everyone for sharing. Randy, do you have anything in addition to add?
No, sorry, I spent a lot of this late winter kind of trying to whistle my way through the graveyards, and I just kind of ran out of whistles and laughs there for a little bit. And no, nothing else to say except that hasn't been said, except that I will genuinely miss him. And I was really looking forward to skiing with him. And so I'll just have to think of him while I'm doing it.
Yeah, I mean, the words that come to mind: grace, courage, forgiveness. Got to work hard to forgive somebody when you work this closely with them. I sure hope I feel completely forgiven for the various things that I did with him, and I know he is forgiven for the various things that happened between us. I'll never forget his courage. So I think the last thing I just want to share is that we spent 5.5 years together, which is kind of a rare amount of time for a board of county commissioners to spend together. During that time, we worked hard. We really built alignment, and I think a pretty solid vision for what this organization can look like and what it can do for the people of Clear Creek County. We're really lucky that in February, we came up with a list of priorities for our final year in office. And I know that Randy and I are very committed to executing that vision. What the three of us know and what Sean knew was that this government can do a lot better. And I don't mean that as a critique. I mean, there's a lot of work to do. And Randy and I are committed to carrying on that vision that we built together over these next 8 months or so.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that, yeah, and every time something is said, it makes you think of something else. I want everyone to know that it's important that that was a bipartisan consensus of things that we got a lot of things done in the last several years that we came to agree by consensus 100% that we wanted to get done. The 6 goals that we have set in front of us were a bipartisan consensus, the best we could think of when we started this year out. They are by no means the only things that we'll think about going forward as other opportunities to make things better, make improvements, and good ideas come up. And as we have a new commissioner sitting here and another mind in here that's going to come fill that void. And I look forward to the opportunities that will come out of that mind and our own as we go forward. But it's all done by bipartisan consensus, what we can agree on for the most part. Our goal was always to try to get to 100% so we didn't have to have a 2-to-1 vote. It was to keep working on it as often as possible until we agreed this is worth doing or it's not worth the brain damage. And I want to keep doing that and trying to make sure that we have the best possible ideas we can with the greatest level of support that the community knows that we agreed on, so that we continue to not represent the divisiveness that we have seen around us in so many places. And I'm proud of that. And I'm proud of all the work, especially that Sean did to help find that common ground. We're going to do that. Keep doing it.
Okay. I think we have set a record for the amount of time spent discussing a motion. Thank you all for lobbying us emphatically to vote yes in appreciation of Sean Wood. With that, I will call for a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The motion passes. We appreciate Sean Wood. I'm gonna go ahead and declare a short break here in 10 minutes or so. We will swear in our newly appointed commissioner. He will offer some introductory remarks, and then we will get to business, including public comment. Thank you, everyone.